listen, I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Rodgers now on first down. He completes it to Jones. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check 52.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Leave it, bring up 48. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, Charlie. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On the return is Williams. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 59, Mike is moving.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
We got this.
It's a big play that time for the Packers. 43 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Devin Funchess, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Check it out. Yo. Deuce.
On third down, Cousins. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Cousins now to throw on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack on first down, Cousins. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards. And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Come on, set. Man, touchdown. Two. Oh, you got deep?
Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. On second down, Cook. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Cousins. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Out, quick. Wide. Hey, Delta. 58.
On second down now, it's Cook. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Cousins from the gun on third. And this is Cook with the grab. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Cousins now to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to...
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the second try.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw is Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Now a first down carry by Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this game, has got to be priority 1.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
58 to Mike.
To throw, Cousins. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They run it again with Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Jones. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check safety, check safety. Hey, we're good, we're good. 58, boys, 58, 58.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Zadarius Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here's Williams to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Watch the run. They're running it.
First down. Here's Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Whip, whip. Line out. Watch the whip. Wide, get wide. Slam.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
I got you.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Now Cousins. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Rush in.
On 4th down, Cook. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Cousins now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
Jahan, what are you? Lucky 50.
Cousins to throw it. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run. As they stop him behind the line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their 1st, but at least it's 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. 58 to Mike, 58, 58 to Mike. Double dog, that's the way. 58, right over there.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And he finds Cook. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard
line. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the ground, it's Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Okay, Brady, I see you.
Cousins to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point good by Prater, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Rodgers to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Check pass. Check pass.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Vikings, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Packers,